You know, in this thing called life, I just want to prepare you. And the thing is you're going to lose some shit. You're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some animals. You're going to lose some money. And as time progresses, you start to realize, damn, oh, it was only money. I'm glad. Oh, it was only, this. I'm glad. You start to be like, damn. You start to be like, maybe I might be a good loser. But the thing that I want to tell you is this. On your journey of you learning, of you growing, you're not going to get shit right away. You're not going to get shit instantly. I'll give you an example. Like, we got a farm. We be buying chickens and stuff. And we might have lost maybe 20 birds a total. We might have like 20 dead birds under us or something like that, under our belt. And not that I'm not bragging on it or nothing like that, but I'm saying the more stuff you try, the more stuff you try, the better at it you get. And you just be working on you being an expert. And it's a process. It's totally a process. I don't want you to sit here and think, damn, it's not working. Why it ain't working? Because it's working on you. Working on you. Let's let that resonate. When it's working on you, you will most certainly benefit. As long as you don't give up. Don't be that person that's like, it ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna do it. Let's give up. You know, in this thing called life, it's gonna be a journey. You're gonna be like, damn, I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I thought it was gonna be like this. I never thought this would happen. I would have never guessed. Yeah, that's life for you. And life gonna keep on lifing. So don't be out here tripping. Don't be out here saying, woe is me. Just know it's working on you. And I hadn't gotten to the point where I can say I've lost $1 million. I hadn't gotten to a point where I can say, oh man, I'm paying $1 million in taxes. But trust and believe, how good will it feel to be able to say, oh, I've lost 10 million. Oh, I pay 50 million in taxes. You know, just something like, what? And some of y'all stuck at earning under 100K. Y'all stuck at earning under $1 million. So it's a mindset. It's a perception. And don't get me wrong, like, I have feelings. My zodiac sign is Cancer, so I think I might feel it a lot more than other people. But it's part of the process. There was this girl I knew. She was like, you think I'm going to get hurt? I'm like, absolutely. Most certainly. So when you know that you're going to get hurt, bring a medical kit. Because the one thing that will happen, though, is you will get through it as long as you don't give up. So remember that when life is life, and remember that when those kids keep getting on your nerves. Remember that when those chickens keep getting on your nerves. Remember that when you taking your tests and taking your exam. Remember that when you trying to set up your business. I listened to Myron Golden. He said he didn't start making his first significant amount of money for 14 years. How many people are willing to wait 14 years? The fried chicken guy, KFC, I think it took him like 40 years. What is his name? Moses. I think it's Moses, whoever spread out stuff in the water, like 40 years in the desert. And here you are in your 20s, here you are in your 30s, here you are a teenager. Hell, here you are in your 50s, thinking that it's all you're just supposed to know everything, you're supposed to have everything, you're supposed to just have it down packed. No. Take the time to realize and give yourself grace and be like, hey, I'm getting my reps in. That's what I got. Make sure you have an amazing day. But make sure you're getting reps in. Don't be these people that sit out here and be like, oh, no, I ain't walking in that water. I ain't getting that. I ain't trying that. Because how fucked up would it be? And I mean, I mean to say it like this, but how will it be when you meet yourself? How will it be when you sit there before God and you talk to God and God tells you he has a real ass conversation with you? Some of y'all ain't ready for that. Some of y'all want to be like, how do I put it? Some of y'all want to look good on the outside. Some of y'all sitting around caring what other people think. Some of y'all be like, no, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it slow. Some of y'all, you know, hide behind ranks, age, titles, all these different things. No. Sometimes we have a calling, and that calling is from God. And how that looks is whatever God has given you to view. God has given you a vision of your life. And it's like, how do I put it? That vision that God has given you, it might be like it'll be a picture, an image. And you're supposed to, like, you know, run towards that. But you might talk to different people might tell you different things and all these things. But I feel like if you don't go after that thing that God gave you, I think that might be the definition of sin. What if? What if that's the definition of hell? When you die, you see the person that you could have been. Now, I don't know. I've never been to heaven or hell. I'm not here to say that. All I'm saying is, what if God shows you that person? How fucked up would that be if you still working that job, still believing that bullshit that everybody told you? How fucked up would that be if that's all your life ever amounted to? I worked this job. I'm not going to say which job, but I worked this job, and you would try to get as much overtime as possible. And people, when I got there, they said, oh man, that's a good job. That's a good job. Good job. And it was interesting because you would get in something called the rat race. And the rat race was, in a nutshell, just shit, hustling for a paycheck. But it's easy to hustle for a paycheck, abandon your family, abandon your life, your dreams, abandon your goal. If you look at my Facebook, it says most people die at the age of 25 and they're buried at 65. So don't die. Don't die in here. Because the thing is robots about to come take over. Robots about to be like, all right, cool. All the simple jobs, all y'all, come on, get out. Now what you gonna do? Now, I'm not saying don't take care of your family, but you have to be the person to sit down and realize that these stakes are motherfucking high. It is extremely high. For us to just raise our kids and just send them off for what? Send them off to who? To fight whose army? What? Fascinating. We let our kids listen to certain types of music that's just what? And I have a farm, so I understand, like, I have pigs. I want to, and they're like little babies when I got them and stuff like that. But with my pigs, I want to get them bigger. I want them to have babies, and I want to eat them and sell their kids. And it's weird when you think about that. That's like, damn, that kind of sound fucked up. That's what they do to black people. But I'm just going to go a little bit further. I'm not going to say it's just black people. I'm going to say it's more so in the class system here. Now, so it's like broke people, stupid people, people that don't want to learn, people that don't want to grow, people that don't want to have unity. But it gets deep. It gets real deep. And I just be sitting here and I be like, damn, God really out here, like, I think God is perfect. I think you have to grow to know God. You know, you ain't just going to sit here and be like, oh, nope, I read the Bible. I know God. What? I don't sit here and claim to be God by all means at all. No. I sit here and I just be like, damn, for God to be a perfect being, what does that mean? My thoughts are not of your thoughts. What does that mean? If God gave you a vision and dream and all this stuff, here's the news flash, just so we on the same page. You not going to be able to accomplish that dream alone by yourself. So God going to show you some shit that's just huge, and you going to be like, what the fuck? Damn. And I'm fascinated right now, and I'm in such a weird place because I'm like, okay, God, I see it. I saw what you said. So I see this wall that's in front of me, this piece of shit that's in front of me, and what I'm doing, when I call it a name, I'm minimizing it, because what my God has shown me and who my God is, man, fuck that shit. We will blow through I don't even need my pistol for the shit. The wind might come and blow it down. Like, And I'm of a stage, like they say there's levels of learning and knowing and understanding. And like one of them is, how do I put it? One of them is I don't know nothing and I don't know that I don't know. So I think I'm invincible. And one of them is like, I understand that there's so much shit that I don't know. And there's so much shit that I don't know. So I don't know. I don't sit here to pretend to know. And I understand that anybody that pretends to know is like, I used to say I don't read the Bible, but I do read the Bible and I study on it daily. I just don't study it I don't study it like I want to study it according to my definition yet. But I do take a lot of biblical content in and a lot of just knowledge in. Why? Because I like to learn. I like to understand. I'm looking to go to a higher place. And, you know, I don't have necessarily a set level. It's just, while I have it, I want to keep on working at it. But I just look at it like whatever God has given you, run with it and trust him, and don't settle. That's what so many of us want to do. We want to sit back and we want to settle. This land that God gave me, I thank him every day for it. Thank you, God, for this land. Thank you for this water. Now, some people might say, oh, man, God's blessed you so much. Why would you want more? Because this is not what I saw. I saw something in me. I saw something of me becoming a certain person. I didn't see it based off of the materialistic things. How's this come and go? I asked God, I said, hey, God, should I get this house? How will I know? He was like, well, this is just your first house, son. And I'm like, okay. There's people who buy hundreds of houses. You think out of those hundreds, some of those deals don't suck? You think out of those hundreds, some people don't get utterly fucked? And this wasn't no bad deal. I like it. But am I attached to it? No. Anything that you attach to, there's a quote by Think and Grow Rich. Any idea that is either feared or revered in the mind will most certainly come to pass. So be careful of those deepest thoughts. Those, that would hurt me if that would ever happen. Those be the things that happen. Now, you're probably thinking, now, Carlos, what do you want me to do with that thought? Because that's a big thing to just let go. It's trust in the process. I have a little bit of a journey, like a walk, so to speak, when I come out here. Like, I'm in my backyard, but it's, how do I put it? I don't know, it might be 300-400 feet, something like that. It's a walk. There's a possibility I might not make it back. But I just trust the process. I don't be in fear. I take my necessary precautions, but I don't be in fear. And on your journey of you going after your dreams, you going after your goals, it will be hard. Just like I told that girl, it will be hard. Bring your medical kit. But you'll see, like, damn, I'm in circles that I don't belong in. How did I get here? There's motherfuckers like this ain't where I come from. That don't make no sense. I don't understand. But that's how it is. You'll just find that your way, you have passage, granted passage. You'll go in rooms where God's like, oh, nope, he's with him. You'll go in rooms where you're like, damn, people like, wow, I'm in this circle, this circle, this circle, this circle. Huh. And these rooms, it's like, damn, why am I here? And God's like, no, I'm showing you. Come on. And we ain't done yet. So trust the process. Now, what might be that first step in trusting the process? Whatever God say. Ask God, hey, what's that first step? Some of y'all, some of y'all's faith is contingent upon your job. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Trust the process. I'm not saying you're invincible, because I understand that there will be casualties along the way. I understand, hey, I see the process, but you know, I have no say so in this. I'm in the back seat. I see where we're supposed to be going, and I'm trusting God. But some of y'all afraid to lose y'all job. Some of y'all afraid to quit your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. But if your job don't align with your goal, what's more important, your job or your goal and your purpose? Are you willing to go to hell for your job? Are you willing to sit there and say, damn, let me at least find a job that goes alongside with my purpose. Let me not just chase a check. And maybe I'm too real for you. That's fine. Remember, I'm not really here to please nobody. But these are just things that you must consider, because it can be a journey. It will suck. What I've learned is working on your dreams and goals sucks. And working a job sucks. And being in an abused relationship sucks. All these different things sucks. Paying bills suck. Like, all these things suck. And let me go deeper in the definition of suck. They all require work, and they all have resistance, and they all come with good days and bad days and all these different things. So if you're going to go down a journey, so to speak, it would make sense to go down the journey for what you're going after, your dreams and goals. Because I'll be the first to tell you, having a nice car gets old. I've had many. Having a nice, having things gets old. Technology. Oh, I have a new phone. Oh, I have a new this. I have a new that. Oh, it's just toys. They get old. But having peace of mind within yourself, having love, self-love, care, all that stuff, that's the things that don't get old. So things for you to remember, and things that I want you to just understand for the day, like, you are going to experience some shit. And just a little tip just to give you, because I know, I'm telling you, like, go after your dreams, go after your goals and shit like that. Some of y'all goals might be too small. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Your dreams and your goal needs to be at least $1 million. And I have we got this community, and we got this, like, people say, I want to be comfortable. So I'm about to break down what comfortability would mean. And you would still be considered kind of broke. But should be the goal that everyone's shooting for. You want to have $1 million. You want to be a millionaire. Not because what you can buy. You can't really buy that much. Maybe like a house, couple cars, stuff like that. But you ain't like free. You ain't like, you're not going to Mars. You feel me? But, your goal is to be able to have $1 million in assets, $1 million in business, and $1 million in value that you're able to give to the world. That's the goal. And that's to be comfortable, in my opinion. But to actually be, just making big moves, I would say that those are at bigger tables. And I'm not minimizing anything. My definition of success is a person who's like going after their dreams and goals. So maybe yours might be to be a teacher. But the only thing that I challenge you to do is, if your goal is to just be a teacher, why not seek to teach what you find needs to be taught? Like, I pull my kids out of public school because, are they really learning what's going to make them better? We homeschool. I homeschool. So, no. So I wanted them to learn something of value. I teach. And I just think that so many people, they will not fully commit to the goal and the vision that God has given them, and they'll just settle. And you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle for no car, nothing materialistic, no relationships. You don't want to settle. You want to go after your dreams and your goals full throttle. And then you just get there and you be like, damn, I'm here. And I encourage you to go as big as you can. and then double it and then triple it, because I truly believe when you get to thinking about perfection, let me break something down to you. In a bakery, guess what? They have a limited amount of resources. So when their items are gone, there's nothing really reproducing. They have to order more stuff into the bakery. In a garden, in a forest, guess what happens? There's seeds that drop on the ground and things grow. You get new growth, new growth, new growth. I genuinely believe that when you have a perfect God, what does that mean? That means everybody can do something big. There's no small people. Now, man, I believe man wants you to think, oh, no, you can't be big. There needs to be enough people. There needs to be enough, so stay small. Now, as AI, robots, all those different things, I think in the future, it's going to look a lot different. But who am I? I don't know. I don't know. But we will see. And those who prepare will be ready. Those who are in the right room will be ready. Will be prepared. But I just encourage you, you got to do something. Because those who don't take action, we will not come back for you. Now that might sound harsh, but it's true. It's hard enough. It's hard enough for a person to take care of themselves, let alone have to go to a person who don't want to. No, So it's like, all right, you want it to be harder. So I think that even, and I've heard, I've talked to people, I've seen how like people who settle, when they get to the end, they're just like, oh. Then I've also heard when they get to the end and they see what they could have been, it's like, oh. And that must be the worst feeling. And I'm not saying you can fully, and you may, you totally may fully max out and be, and that's dope. But I mean, at least get 70, 80, 90%. At least be able to say, I tried, because you're going to answer. You're going to say, I hear, what do they say? You'll answer for all the stuff that you've done and stuff like that. I don't think it's about talking shit. Because God uses a lot of people that talked a lot of shit. Hell, Jesus was with somebody that cut somebody's ear off. So, let's break that down. Jesus is with somebody, he had the chopper and he just shot. Bah! What'd you say? Bah! He shot at the police. That's, damn, you riding with people like that. So, and I mean, I ain't knocking, I'm just that's my observation. Jesus was not with passive people. So, these are just things to consider. What does it mean to sin, to miss the mark? I have a brand new iPhone, and guess what? Guess what I use it for? I use it as a paperweight. And that's it. No content, no nothing. I just use it as a paperweight. That's sinning. It's not doing what it was meant to do. You know what I mean? And I think that as AI comes and replaces some people's jobs, you'd be like, what? You have a computer? There's a robot doing this? And then you think damn, I've spent all this time doing what? Not preparing for my dreams and goals, not doing what I think I should have done. And I need to try, I need to go after it, I need to do something. I need to figure something out. So, I don't know, it's just real, and I wanted to just break it down to you, because what are we gonna do? Now, there are some people that be like, oh, I don't want to go out. I ain't got no dreams. I ain't got no goals. I want to stay. And that's fine. I ain't talking to you. Keep going. There are some people that's like, you know what? No, you right. I want something different. I want to be around different people. I want to be able to do different things. We got two options. We got people that want to go fast, and we got people that just want to be in the room. Now, I'm going to break down the difference to you. The room, when you in the room, you get to hear stuff. You get to hear certain conversations. There is this guy who I interviewed. I think he's a brilliant individual. And I learned so much interviewing him and not interviewing him. But he made this Facebook post, and he said he was just at a restaurant, but he was in a certain restaurant, like high level, and he heard people talking about real estate strategies. And, you kind of think like, damn, if I'm going to a steakhouse and I'm spending $300, am I really spending $300 for the steak, or am I spending $300 to not hear about Cardi B and all that other stuff? Now, don't get me wrong, some people play whatever and do whatever, but my point is, what am I hearing in those rooms? So those are the people who just want to get in the room. That's $100. For those who want to be in the special rooms where like we talking to you and you talking to us, oh, it's a little bit more. But as a little bit more, you'll see what comes out of it. And, just we can talk about it. But my biggest thing that I encourage you to do is, one, go after your dreams and goals. Go, run, take action. Who cares? Like, you will find that like you're bulletproof. When God has a mission for you, when God has a plan, it will work itself the fuck out. Like, it'd be sometimes I'd be like, damn. Like, I'll see a problem and I'll be like, it just totally go. It'd be like the devil, the enemy, whatever you want to call it, the adversities. It'd be like, it'll be so big. Sometimes I'll be like, I know you're not talking to me. You must be talking to my God. Hey, God, can you handle this shit? Because what? I must have some, there must be an airstrike coming in. We got some airstrikes coming in, because no, me fighting a tank, he didn't give me rockets. So he must be bringing the rockets. That literally must be happening when you run into big shit. But you'll find like God gives you grace along the journey. He understands, okay, it's going to take this person. I have Moses as a 40-year journey. I think it was Moses. He is going to be in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years, and wilderness means some stuff. He's going to be figuring it out for 40 years. I'm going to make sure he's cool. Now, don't get me wrong. People get comfortable. People get comfortable with all these different things. Your today may not look like your tomorrow, and your tomorrow may not look like your yesterday. Understand that. So as you understand that, be grateful for every single day. Some people's had their parents. Some people don't have their parents. Take every single day to say it. Take every single day to savor every single moment. And you be selfish in that manner. Whether people are selfish in that manner for you or not, who cares? I be selfish in that manner. Every time I talk to someone, I soak up every single moment, because, okay, it might be the last. But that doesn't mean that I'm wanting them to conform or whatever to my viewpoints or anything like that. And that doesn't mean I'm going to talk to them every single day. But when I talk to them, when I'm in that moment, when I savor those moments. Because I understand life changes. Goods, bads, ups, downs. Okay, I might like you today. I might not like you the next day. And that's just life. That's not me. That's just life. But I'm no longer willing to allow anyone to say, oh, you shouldn't go after your dreams. No. I just be like, oh, well, I just pretend to listen and I just walk out. I just let it go in one ear and out the other. But I'm strategic in where I spend my time. I'm strategic in the conversations that I'm having. And you might go through a season where you might feel alone. That's okay. That's a journey. You're figuring it out. You're working out your kinks. But, like, my hard days and other people's hard days are different. A person who chooses to not go after their dreams and goals, guess what? They're stuck in limbo. And it's still a bad day. Or what you would consider a rougher day. And the person who has, like, yesterday felt like a rough day for me. I sat by the lake all day. And, good days, bad days, just like everybody else. It's going to work out just like everybody else. God always seems to make it. You know, like he has his children that he just be like, you know, I got you. And remember, today may not look like yesterday, and yesterday may not look like tomorrow. But God seems to always work it out. And the God within us, you know, I would also go as far as to say the God within us seems to always pull through. Whether it's surviving these fucked up situations or whether it's even going after our dreams and goals. But along the way, as you start going after your dreams and goals, you start to learn stuff. You start to get tricks. You start to get assets. There's this word called assets. Such a beautiful thing. Say it with me. Assets. Assets are things that are liquidatable. You can sell shit. Assets are, you can have your own assets. You can have assets that, like your book. You can have a book and you can sell a book. I have a credit book. I sell it for $27. You're welcome to get it or you don't have to. But I also have a course, Mastermind, all these different things. But you want to get you some assets so you can start making money. Buy you some crypto, buy you some stocks, buy you some property, but buy assets. But my point is buy gold, buy silver, precious metals, buy stuff. Don't buy frivolous things, shoes, purses, stuff like that. Why? Buy assets. Because they go up in value. Sell assets, create your own assets. And when you're in the right room, you start to learn different things. And it's like, damn, once you know, you can never unknow. It's hard to go back when you know. You know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, I understand how this works. Like, as an example, I'm planting a garden. I understand how this works. I understand that there will be what we call in the financial world slippage. So I'm going to plant a lot more. And guess what? Even if it all sucks, I'm going to get better the next time. And I'm going to get better the next time and the next time and the next time. By like year 10, they're going to be like, oh my goodness, this looks miraculous. And I'm not going to stop. And that's what I encourage you to do. Don't stop. Keep going after your dreams and goals and don't stop. So you got this. Remember, you got this. Like, say, I got this. I got this. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. Say that. It's going to work out. And take your time. Take your time. And guess what? People are going to talk shit. You're going to be like, I never would have thought. And you're going to be, and at this point in life where I'm at, I'm just like, oh, huh. You know, you got me. But it's okay. You're going to get better. You're going to suck at first, but then you're going to get better. And it's just going to be a time. It's just getting your reps in. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. By your 100th rep, you're going to be like, It's funny. Like, I had an event, and it was the first event. So it was just different than we expected. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is the first one. So wait till we get to the 15th. He's like, the 15th? I'm like, yeah. Wait till we get to the 150th. Are you willing to stay in the game that long? Some people ain't. And I get it. It's hard. It definitely is. But if you stay in the game long enough, you get a payout. It works out. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a great one.